debate. What we do have, if you look at the satellite era on the right there, that's the one era in which we can tell what was actually happening at that time. And we can therefore use satellites to measure not only what temperature was and how it changed over this period from about 1980-83 onwards. And we can also tell how the outgoing radiation from the Earth's surface changed. And it is the relationship between changes in temperature at the Earth's surface and changes in outgoing radiation at the top of the atmosphere that absolutely govern this debate. That's what it's all about. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to explain the one of those three relatively rapid periods of warming that we can explain because we've got satellites there. And here in a paper by Pinker et al. Of 2005 is a graph which is pretty boring to look at. You might say, what's going on here? Well, let me add a few details to it so that you can see what's going on. What we have got is a reduction in cloud cover over that 19-year period, 1983 to 2001, a reduction which led to a radiative forcing, as it is called, an extra amount of solar radiation hitting the Earth's surface and going out as long-wave radiation. 3.04 watts per square metre in just 19 years. Now, none of you are gasping at that figure, but it is in fact an astonishing figure. The reason why it's astonishing is that the UN's climate panel, which is probably exaggerating, says that the entire human effect on the climate in the 256 years from 1750 to 2005 inclusive is just 1.6 watts per square metre. So here we have an enormous naturally occurring forcing verified in Pinker's paper by 4 separate methods, which occurs, it seems, we don't know why it occurs, it's a natural reduction in cloud cover, then it comes back again, it's a cyclical thing. And from that we can do a simple calculation. Now I'm not going to go through this graph in detail, you'll be tested on it later. But what I am going to do is just show you very quickly what this means, what the bottom line is here. And the bottom line is this, that if Pinker's measurement is right, and remember in science these are always big ifs that we have to check and verify and other people have to come in and look. But if his measurement is right, then we can do a very simple back-of-the-envelope calculation, and I admit it is a back-of-the-envelope calculation. I don't admit this is the last word on the subject. But what it shows is the ballpark within which we're operating here. And what we see is that the warming we would expect to get if we doubled the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere, that is what's known as climate sensitivity, will be about 1/5 of a Celsius degree, just a little bit more than 1/5 of a Celsius degree. But the UN is saying it would be 3.26 Celsius degrees, 7.5 times too big. Now, that is only a back-of-the-envelope calculation. It's very simple, it's very crude, it's very rough and ready. So, I communicated this result to a team of mathematicians around the world with whom I discussed these ideas from time to time. One of them, at my request, did a more detailed calculation. And he said, sorry, mate, but you're wrong. It's actually at least 8 times exaggerated, the UN's figure. I'm going to finish in 2 seconds, and that will be the end of my time. If we look back at that time and we look at this result and we look at the result calculated by the mathematician, take away the UN's exaggeration and you take away the problem. End of the science. Thank you very much.